Greetings, Keishlings. I'm here with my live reaction of One Piece, Chapter 1136. Let's get into it. The country that awaits the sun. Alright, and... well, I wasn't expecting to see him. Alright, so... the journey... why are they being led by him? Let's see here. Onichild, Yamato, and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 22, A Mysterious Hidden Base in Udon. Yeah, it's the cat dude. It's Who's Who. Why is Who's Who leading these bandits? I don't know. I mean, he was formerly their boss, yes, but as far as we know, the crew has disbanded, right? So it's like, why would they stick together still? I mean, I guess it makes more sense with the gifters than anything. But anyway, let's see. Even the meat is huge. It's so tasty. This moose reminds me of dinosaur meat. They're quite tricky to catch, as furious as they are delicious. Still got that sword in your head. It's even more prominent than it was before. We ever going to get any explanation of that? Also, he's holding the plate and Luffy's on it eating. No task is too great if it's for one savior. I appreciate it, Hardin. Stanson. Okay, he actually got their names right. D. Jaja. Glad you like it. Oh yeah, he is the no, he's not the chef of the... yeah, Stanson's over here. So, I thought that was Stanson bringing in more food, but no. And there's Colin running around. It's rare for humans to make it all the way to the Sun Realm. Most confuse the underworld for Elbaf proper and flee before they find their way up here. Listen up, the mighty Oars was a warrior legendary, even to the giants. He'd tower over any of you 3 times over, and guess who finally finished him? That's right. It was me. So, no. Whoa, way to go, Cat Moose up. Wow, your skin is really blue. So the giants, they've never seen a fishman before, I guess. At least these haven't. You should see Fishman Island. There's as many skin tones as there are fish in the sea. Aw, he's not deterred by it. I like that. I've always wanted to see a mermaid. You look like a perv. No shame in that. They're a sight to behold. Mermaid Cove is more enticing than heaven itself, so Sanji's getting in on it. Whoa! That said, my heart soars just as much when I see you giant ladies. Oh, Lord. Now that he knows that humans can mate with giants somehow, he all in. Oh, Sanji-kun, you're so silly. It's cute. Woohoo! Beauties everywhere I look. I'm getting buried in babes. And what are you? Who? Me? Oh, now they're talking about Brooke. I can answer with my own blues. What the heck am I? Diddy. Yeah. I guess it's a big wide world out there. Let's toast to it. I'm surprised so many giants have never gone out to sea. Yeah. I kind of assumed they were all pirates. That might have been a thing years ago, apparently, but not now. What happened to you? Yeah. Namitaso. Wait. It's Rhodes. I want to apologize for you and this other straw hats about you before. He ain't gonna be forgiven that easily, but beating a proper apology out of him was the least we could do. Gerd Tasso's sadistic side really makes my heart flutter. Don't sweat it. It's not like anyone died. Or still, imprisonment and kidnapping. Although that's only because Usopp stopped me. If he didn't, I would have had your head. Or it would have been your head. And freaking Rhodes is like floored by this. Rhoda. Yeah. Don't tell me you picked a fight without checking their current bounties. You never stood a chance. Wait, have their bounties gone up? Don't hold back next time. Oh, girl, Datso. She's so harsh I can't get enough. Ugh. So, not only is he a bit of a cult leader, he's also a masochist. Alright. Come on, everyone born here on Elbaf shares the same dream to become the next sun god and rule the world. Sun god? So we're gonna get explanation of that? Are you kidding me? The sun god isn't a ruler. That's right, he's the god of liberation. More like destruction. You're wrong. Everyone knows he's the god of laughter. So there's multiple interpretations of it. Okay. It could be like in Christianity, like God was more wrathful, Old Testament, but then he became a more forgiving God upon the New Testament. So it's like, I wonder if these are different phases, throughout however long, the sun god has been a thing. It's getting rowdy. What is this about? A god? Is Luffy gonna go Gear 5th? The sacred Harley texts have been passed down for Harley? Been passed down for generations in Elbaf. The legends are written in an archaic language, so there have been countless interpretations. No one can say for sure which translation is accurate, and this is the result. Wait, if it's for generations, how far back is that in terms of a giant? When the average generation is like, what, 80 to 100 years? Let's see here. Wait, actually, it makes you kind of wonder, is this gonna be like poneglyph writing? According to the Harley text, the world has already been destroyed twice before, and the name of sun god Nika is involved before or after each instance. Nika? Oh, I like this one. That is a cool, illustration there. Who can say if he was the world's savior or the great destroyer who brought it crashing down? All we know for sure is that he heralds great change. That's why the rulers of the day always tend to fear Nika's return. Nika. He's thinking, he's like, where have I heard this name before? Okay, so it is very much just what Luffy is. So, and heralds in change, which is kind of what Luffy's doing. So, Luffy is like the prodigal reincarnation of this generation's Nika. That's the guy Bonnie mentioned. Yes, the sun god has become a symbol, someone the hopeless and desperate turn to for salvation. Well, I guess if you're hopeless and desperate, any change is better than nothing. It's like you'll either be dead, which then your suffering ends, or great change that improves your situation occurs. They say Nika is adorned by white clouds, with white hair and white clothes to boot, and he is said to have a contagious, booming laugh. No wonder everyone's been saying I look similar. Oh, it's finally being said. But I'm sure he's got nothing to do with me. Freaking Mountain Beard over here like, Also, getting to see that, like, the way the sword is on his face, it literally, like, blocks half of his vision, it looks like. So anything comes in from the right side, he can be very easily blindsided. Don't be so dismissive, Straw Hat. You'd understand if you were born on Elbath. We all look up to Nika, so we've got well, everyone except for Gerd of the new fishman, new giant pirates. Why did I say fish? My brain. Uh, well, also Road, but I don't care for Road now. Not to defend Rodo, but he wasn't lying about us sharing the same dream. Hmm? Loki was the same. I believe his motive for Harold's murder. Murder? I can't talk now. Was his attempt to follow in Nika's footsteps. Nothing can justify what he did, Elder. So they just view him as an elder now. He is a de facto leader for them, I guess. I don't know. Loki. So he's a good guy? No way in hell. So they all. So what? Now you're trying to figure out about Loki? He's the accursed prince. There was a prophecy before Loki was born that foretold that King Harold would be slain by his son. Then, shortly after his birth, the royal steed, the horse of fortune, died. That was the same year that Linlin murdered the legendary hero, Jorl. Or Yorl? I think it's Yorl, sorry. The travesties kept coming. A year later, the queen herself passed on. Dang. That was a bad year for the world, wasn't it? Of giants. And the princeling would go on to use his natural strength to make the realm of the dead his own personal playground. He killed many of those ferocious beasts and tamed the rest. He even released a few into the village, and that was all by the age of 10. God damn. But that's like, what, 3-month-old baby? He was an arsonist. Okay, so we're getting like silhouettes of what he kind of looked like throughout his life. He looked like a chunky boy when he was a little lad of 10. And then when he was doing the burnings, he started having braided hair, and you can see some pants and some gloves. Loki's mischief endangered countless lives. He had the authority of a prince and a malicious personality. He gave hell wherever the king wasn't looking. And finally, in that very castle, Loki killed King Harold. Oh, so we get to see kind of what Harold looked like. He was a very thick lad. So I guess we know where Loki gets it from. He's a wide one. The greatest monarch Elbath ever knew. A splendid wise man who tried to connect with the outside world, to get people to see beyond Elbath's feared reputation as a land of warriors. Lord Jarula was stabbed trying to stop Loki. So that's how it happened. My helmet saved me in the end. It didn't save anything. Loki's reign of terror finally came to an end 6 years ago. Wait, how old is Loki? So he was born the year Big Mom came to the island. So he's, what, 63, 65? Something like that? Yeah, it would be like 63 because that's already including the time skip. So, That's a long time to be. That's like 50 years. Well, not 50 years, but like 30 to 40 years of his reign of terror. Uh, he was running amok at sea when Red-haired what captured him? Shanks? Shanks really came here, so that's why he's so welcome in Elbath. Yeah, in fact, he was just here earlier. I'm not sure where he went off to, though. So Zora's like, Village outskirts. I thought you were acting weirdly on edge earlier. That explains it. You realize he's a reviled Kingslayer, right? Everything he told you was obviously just a lie. Wait. So Zoro knows about Loki and Luffy's meeting? He said he knew where Shanks was. Do you have any idea how badly I want to see him again? Yes, I've heard about it 1,000 times. Sounds to me like he was using that to trick you. How would you know? You've never met Loki yourself? I haven't. I'm just guessing based on his reputation. I'll tell you everything I know that includes Red-hair's current whereabouts. If that was really a lie, I'm going to send him flying. So the Straw Hats are seemingly, or at least those two, are in a house. Let's see, what's Nami doing? If you're sneaking off to do what I think you are, did you seriously expect to find your way there without me? So wait, what's going on? Okay, so at least the three of them are going. Wait. Who's that? Is that Rhodes? Listen up, Luffy. We'll get the key, but if he pulls anything funny, we'll have to take care of him. Got it. Thanks. But why is this guy here? He's my new slave. I'm truly blessed. What the fuck? It is Rhodes. Okay. Don't forget, if her number one slave and Sanji's number two. Oh, Lord. Also, he's been zapped apparently by Zeus numerous times, hence his frizzy hair. And Zeus is like, I'm the number one, motherfucker. Never forget. Doofufu, strong girls really get my blood pumping. He's been struck by lightning, literally. Namitasu, isn't that neat how we're both navigators? Don't ever try to get close to me again. Yes, ma'am. It feels wrong for the guest of honor to bail so early. She. Don't worry, I brought some meat. Have you tried this moose? They're all in a drunken stupor now. You probably can't remember what they're celebrating. Okay, so they're flying off to Harold's castle. Say, if all the treasure in the castle suddenly disappeared, would it be a problem, Roto? My vision is awful, so I'm sure I wouldn't even notice. You had this in mind since the beginning, didn't you, Nami? Huh? Your eyes! They're the bellies. Doogahaha. So that's it, or what it is. Wait. We're gonna get Mysterious Lady. I'm done just standing by and listening. This is the definition of impertinence. Oh, she kind of cute. With a little outfit and everything. Kind of looks like Koala's outfit, or at least the hat. Okay. It's a god's night. Her name is Gunko. I won't let it stand. Don't be hasty, Gunko. So there's the wolf from before. What's going on? Doo-ga-ga-ga-ga. Eat 'em up, wolf. Hey, stay back if you want to keep breathing. Oh, she can make arrows with her bandages. She whirls it around. The wolf's like, eh? Wait, she's separate? What is that? Or is that a sound effect thing? She's whirling around the neck. Huh? Hey, wolf. Oh, God, she just hung the poor bastard. Wolf. If we were to spare him, would you change your mind then? So, that's how you operate, huh? Well, if that was your offer, I'd accept my friend's fate. And wish him peace and death. Oh, shit. Damn. It's okay to grieve and rage, but a warrior never kicks and screams in the face of death. Oh. And he's dead. I'll swallow all my fury and use it to fuel me when I reduce this world to rubble. Wow. A proud proclamation. Okay, so this chapter is kind of all over the place. We get some explanation about, Nika, which is great. Always good to, learn. And presumably that's even way older than, like, the Void Century, because, like, when a giant says been passed down for generations, generations can mean a lot of things, like, to how long of a time period that is, but considering 3 human generations can pass roughly the same time that one giant's generation can, that could be 1,000 or more years ago. Which, the Void Century being 800 years ago, so, like, just a few generations, relatively. Like, if we're going by the lower end of, say, 80, for a giant to... Well, actually, no, wait. It probably would be closer to 100, because what we saw with Harding, when he was 81, he was still a child. Well, child. So, I would assume, yeah, you probably have to... Like, their rate of growth is just ridiculous. Like, how old was Gerd during the flashback? Like, she's older than Big Mom, but she matched up with Big Mom age-wise. I'm confused. I don't know. But either way. So, let's say between 80 to 100 years. I guess it would be closer, 100, maybe 125. Probably the safer bet. So it's like, in that one, more than a century is a giant's generation, because that's when they presumably get close enough to maturity to be able to reproduce. So yeah, that could be any number of generations back and any number of centuries back. So could be to the Void Century, could be way further. Also, this Harley text is interesting. They say it's archaic, which makes me wonder, if it is from, the time period that we are always seeking information, then it's probably in the same text as the poneglyphs, and they just can't decipher them that well. Like, they probably got some basic information, from surveying, the world as pirates, and, it's like, oh, we picked a few words here or there. We've seen these and slowly started deciphering a little bit, or we learned about someone who could do it, and, they told us, hey, this word means this and that, that kind of thing. So, makes me kind of wonder if Robin's going to get a hold of this. Because, if anybody on Elbaf could read the things, it would be her. Because I don't even think Saul can decipher the poneglyphs. If he can, he's had like 20 years to learn from what was salvaged from, from O'Hara. So it's possible he does know how now, but maybe not as proficient as Nico Robin. So we'll have to see, of course. The banquet was nice. We got to see Rhodes again. But the whole talk of Nika is interesting. Like, Luffy's now finally making the connections that everyone keeps bringing up. But I'm not exactly sure when he's going to reveal this to the Giants. Like, they're all going to freak. But then we get to the talk of Loki. So Zoro apparently already knew. I don't know how. Man can't fucking find his way to the bathroom, much less figure out what the hell's going on. But I mean, he's probably way smarter than Luffy is on a, on an educational level. So I mean, he might have inferred due to observation or whatever, and kind of figured it out. Plus observation hockey. I mean, Luffy just disappears, and you're like, But for him to have known is a little interesting. And then Nami gets pulled into it, so they're looking for the key. We find out that Shanks is the one who actually imprisoned Loki, which is interesting. Which also, it kind of lines up to when Shanks became an emperor. Now that I'm thinking about it, because the last time I remember, it's been about 6 years since Shanks became one of the Yonko. Maybe this was one of the inciting incidents that the world government actually heard about and then gave him the title. Which then this also further explains why, the reign of terror that had been going on up until that point. Excuse me. Yeah, like, it said that Loki had gone out to sea and stuff. I'm pretty sure, so, yeah. The world knew about Loki. And, they've probably had some spies from the government be keeping some tabs on Elbaf, so they probably knew at least a good bit of what was going on. So, yeah, it would probably be more than likely the reason why Shanks became an emperor. It's like you dealt with a major threat on an island that is not affiliated with the government. So it's like they probably gave him that status because it's like, well, for one, you took care of a juggernaut, but then you also maybe opened the gates a little bit to us being able to invade Elbaf. Because, the whole thing about Elbaf is that it has, in all this time, not ever come close to being any affiliation of the government. So, that might be part of it. That, or they want the fucking devil fruit that Loki has. It seems to be any number of things, but reality warping is the likeliest one given what we know. And also, we found out who the mysterious mummy lady is. Her name is Gunko, and she a cutie who has also, what is it, bichromia, apparently. So, also got to see more of her bandage abilities. So, really don't know what was happening in the castle before, like the whole pain thing. Like, he would have known if it was wrapping around him, and that was causing the pain. So those don't correlate. So it does kind of make you wonder if she's like a mummy or something, and that was like a curse, which is like the, one of the abilities of, a mummy devil fruit. The ancient curse of the tomb. So, and, she didn't need to do that on the wolf. So, just hang the poor pupper. But also just Loki's reaction to that was rather cruel. But yeah. So he's joining up with, Gunko, as now we know her name, and Shiv. That's what I'm going to call him from now on until we get a proper name. I'm actually surprised we didn't know or learn that today. So, But either way, interesting chapter. I'm sure I missed something, but let me know what I misunderstood, anything I, misinterpret as well. Because my memory is always bad. But anyway, let me know all your thoughts and opinions down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Links down below for all my socials. I'm part of the One Punch Man podcast on Grim Reaper's channel, so go check that out. And as always, later days. And until next time, Keishlings. Oh, Lord. Things are getting crazier.